Hey, shalom guys, it's Fletch. Welcome back to OTH. So as you can see, we're just kind of working on cleaning up some of the brush that we just cleared off the trail that we're developing through our property, one, so that we can, if the need should ever arise, we can effectively patrol the borders of our property. But also just for fun, for hiking around. And then we also use this area for shooting, and we hopefully plan to, in the future, maybe do some run and gun down through here too, because it's a perfect location going down into a valley. Speaking of shooting and different things like that, I had a few things I wanted to talk to you guys about today. And as I'm walking forward here, hopefully I don't get caught up in some of these old blackberry brambles that are through here. But lately I've been noticing on some videos on YouTube that there seems to be this idea or this image of that, that everyone is a high-speed, low-drag operator, and you need to beware of the high-speed, low-drag operator. And so first of all, let me just say that I personally know two people who have extensive experience as SOF guys. All right, SOF is just kind of like a term that contains all of the special forces, right? So whether it's the SEAL teams, MARSOC, the Rangers, Delta, whatever, and the Air Force even has their own special forces as well. But anyways, lest we digress anymore, the point in that is this. I see in a lot of these videos that people do, and they talk, everything is tactical, and tactical. And, well, in order to be tactical, you have to have all this tactical gear, because if you don't, some tactical guy like me is going to get you. And guys, yes, in a lot of ways, what they're saying is right? As a matter of fact, I was just talking to one of the aforementioned gentlemen. He's a little bit older guy, extensive experience. And we were talking about similar subjects. And he told me, he says, Fletch, if I ever see a Black Hawk, hovering overhead, and guys start fast roping down out of the chopper, he says, I'm just going to lay down prone on the ground, spread eagle, and wait and see what happens, because they've got you dead to rights, right? They're going to get you. And, at least this way, you may live to fight another day. And yes, there are different situations and whatever when that may or may not be exactly how that plays out. But anyways, the point still stands. So let's take this imperfect example and let's look at it in another way. I myself have said that, based on my experiences as a law enforcement officer and many friends and acquaintances that are also law enforcement officers, that, the 12-gauge shotgun is a great self-defense tool. But one, you need to have it loaded and readily accessible in your home, and you need to have some kind of flashlight on it so you know who you're shooting and not shooting, or practice holding a light, somehow with your shotgun. It doesn't need to be a tactical, Remington 870, Mossberg 590 with Picatinny rails all over it, laser light combo, and all that stuff, right, to be effective. You just need to be able to know what you're shooting and get rounds on target. In talking about this, I made the point of saying that by simply racking the slide, that would be a deterrent. And people's like, oh, that's one of the worst things you could ever do, because if you rack the slide like that, some certified badass like me is going to come hunt you down and they're going to kill you. Okay, so yes, that could happen, right? But as the old saying goes, possible does not equal probable. Okay, just think about it this way. How small a percentage is it that are even SOF trained and qualified here in America? Secondly, how many of those SOF people are going to turn into bad guys, right? Like you crack or heroin addicted, drug addict that breaks into your house and they don't want to just steal something, right? They want to find you and your wife and rape your daughter and your wife and, all of these other rabbit trails that they want to take you down and to take you off of the important points. So here again, okay, so what are the important points? The important points is that if you're not someone that's been professionally trained and you know how to clear a building, you don't want to be going out looking for SEAL Team 6 or this, crackhead soft guy that's busting into your house, right? You want to take cover somewhere in your house, in your safe room, wherever the gathering place is for your family, and you're going to take cover, right? Cover is something that will actually stop a bullet. Concealment is just where they can't see you. So you're going to take cover. Someone is going to call 911. You should have someone designated to do that, and you're going to wait it out. And even if you live out in the sticks, right, and it takes 30 to 45 minutes, you're safer sitting there waiting for the 30 to 45 minutes. Tell them that you've called the cops are on the way, and right, you're there with your, 12 gauge and you're waiting for them to pop their head through the door, and you're going to light them up, and then if you have to, you're going to shoot them, right? In that imperfect scenario as I'm giving it to you. Now, let's parlay this going back to what I was talking about earlier. In this scenario, like my friend who is extensively soft trained, he said he would, it's over. Okay, understand that. Now, let's put that scenario back into the scenario that we were just talking about. If SEAL Team 6 comes into your house looking for you, they're going to get you. Snatch and grab, or whether it's a dispatch and go, they're going to get you, right? And same thing if it's, the soft crackhead. They're going to find you. And when they find you, they're going to do what they're going to do, whatever that might happen to be. And, but again, the whole point of that is, what are the chances and the probabilities of that? Well, I don't care, I'm never going to do that. Great, but understand that you need to understand, one, your source, and two, your audience. Most of you out there that may or may not be listening to this video right now, you've not been professionally trained. You're not a soft type person. And those of you that are, you may agree with what I'm saying, you may disagree with what I'm saying, but you have to admit there is truth in what I'm saying. The average person that breaks into your home is not looking for a confrontation. They're going to wait until you're gone, and then they're going to break in because they don't want a confrontation, they don't want a problem. If it's someone that is breaking into your home for nefarious, means, right, that, they want to have their way with you, whatever, they're casing a place, they know you're there anyways, right? And racking the slide and proving to them that you're armed is not going to make something happen that wasn't going to happen anyways, right? And I know I'm kind of laughing and snickering here, but guys, stop and think about it. If some guy's been sitting across the street and he's been casing your house, and he's waiting till the time he knows that you're alone, he breaks into your house, he knows you're there. He's going to find you regardless. By you sending a clear message that you're not a victim, right? Come on, Is there a possibility that it's a soft crackhead, and that it's just going to expedite his being able to find you faster? Possibly, right? But then again, we're back to the same issue of possibility versus probability. They don't equal. Just because it's possible doesn't mean that that's something that could actually happen. Now, let's jump to the other side of that. If you're a soft guy and another soft guy is breaking into your house, yes, you would never do that. In that scenario, you would never do that. For myself personally, if someone were breaking into my home, depending on the situation, I may or may not do that. But that's a decision that you have to make for yourself. But understand that when you're watching these videos, including mine, right, everything that I'm saying here, understand that, if I point at you right now, understand that I've got 3 fingers pointing back at me. I'm talking about myself as well. Also, guys, understand that, especially we as men, we have ego issues. We don't want someone else telling us what to do. A prime example of that is, we go around telling ourselves that we are teachable and that we're coachable and all of those things, because we as human beings, we tend to have selective memory. We remember the points and the times that we were teachable, that we were coachable. We don't remember all the times that we weren't. And so when I am with my friends that are soft guys, and they start talking about tactics and things like that, I shut up and listen, right? There's very little that I have to add to the equation that would be more or something that they don't already know. And so by me talking over them, I'm missing the opportunity to hear the knowledge and the experience that they have. So as the old saying goes, keep the meat, spit out the bones. There's a lot of, self-proclaimed tactical pundits, however you want to put it, here on YouTube that I have learned great things from. Good information, solid information. And there's also a lot of bones that I've had to spit out. And so what I would simply say to you today, YouTube viewer, is 1, understand your source, and 2, understand your audience. A lot of these guys that are giving out information, they're giving it to people that either are very well trained, think of themselves as very well trained, or want to be very well trained. And so there's kind of a persona that goes with that whole thing, right? The tactical guy, right? That doesn't mean that they're not, it just means that there's a persona that goes with that. That's not the average person. That's not Susie Soccer Mom. That's not Joe Sixpack. So guys, please keep these things in mind when you are forming your self-protection strategies that you're doing for your home. Like we were talking about earlier, have a plan, have a rally point in your house, have some place where you can take cover in your house, and you've got some type of a light source and a firearm so that you know where the bad guy is and you can get a good clean shot at them. If you can afford it, yes, it may be a good thing to have a red dot so that you can see that person. But again, do you need a $600 aim point to be able to do that? Probably not. Do you want a quality red dot? Probably. Your life could depend on it. But here again, right, you got to weigh those things and make sure that you're making a decision that is not only a short-term good decision, but long-term as well. So in closing, guys, just remember, right, know your source and know your audience. You may not be the audience that your source is speaking to. All right, guys, I hope you're having a great day. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. I'll do my best to answer them. If you like videos like this, you like videos about homesteading, preparedness, please subscribe to the channel. If you think that this is a worthy subject for others to hear, please thumbs up the video so that others will have the opportunity to see it. And when you're subscribing, if you click on that little bell emblem, it'll give you it'll give you the option to receive an email every time we upload a new video to the channel. Thanks again, guys. Hope you're having a blessed day. Shalom.